Pump prices are expected to move in different directions next week. Prices of diesel are likely to go up while those of gasoline may be flat to slightly lower. Chati Petroleum President Leo Bellas says initial estimates for next week point to a possible increase of 20 to 40 centavos per liter for diesel. Meanwhile, he says gasoline prices could go up or down by 10 centavos a liter. Bellas says average regional fuel prices eased slightly as refinery output recovered after maintenance turnarounds. But higher freight and premium costs, amid concerns over geopolitical risks disrupting oil supply, kept overall price pressures elevated. Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says the authentication of the so-called Cabral files, which she now refers to as the Leviste files, is in the hands of the Office of the Ombudsman. Batangas Representative Leandro Leviste recently implicated the Office of the President as the supposed proponent of 8 billion pesos worth of Department of Public Works and Highways projects. The Cabral files are documents allegedly from the late former DPWH Undersecretary Maria Catalina Cabral, showing budget insertions tied to officials and linked to corruption. In a message to reporters on Thursday, January 1, Castro echoes Assistant Ombudsman Miko Clavano's statement that documents held by others that may be edited cannot be considered conclusive evidence. According to Castro, many versions of the documents are circulating and they do not match. She says some versions have written annotations that include the names of cabinet secretaries, while other versions do not contain such details. She urges the public to wait for the Office of the Ombudsman to speak on the matter, emphasizing that stories without solid evidence will remain mere speculation. In a Facebook post on Wednesday, December 31, 2025, Leviste claimed that 75 DPWH projects with a combined budget of 8 billion pesos were tagged with OP and ES/SAP as the proponent. ES/SAP means Executive Secretary/Special Assistant to the President. He cited files supposedly obtained from Cabral. Special Assistant to the President Antonio Lagdameo Jr. denied the allegations. He stressed that the Office of the Special Assistant to the President has no line item authority over the DPWH's internal budget and plays no role in identifying or implementing infrastructure projects. Cabral is a key figure in the DPWH's budget preparation. She died after falling to the bottom of a ravine beside Cannon Road in Benguet Province on December 18. The U.S. says Chinese war games around Taiwan unnecessarily spiked tensions in the region. In a statement, U.S. State Department spokesman Tommy Pigott urges Beijing to exercise restraint, cease its military pressure against Taiwan, and instead engage in meaningful dialogue. He says the U.S. supports peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and opposes unilateral changes to the status quo, including by force or coercion. U.S. President Donald Trump said Monday, December 29, he was not concerned about China's live-fire drills, appearing to brush aside the possibility of counterpart Xi Jinping ordering an invasion. The Philippines has expressed deep concern over China's military and Coast Guard actions around Taiwan. The Philippines Department of National Defense said the drills undermine regional peace and stability and create cracks in an already fragile geopolitical environment. Beijing launched missiles and deployed dozens of fighter jets, Navy ships, and Coast Guard vessels on Monday and Tuesday this week to encircle Taiwan's main island, saying the drills simulated a blockade of main Taiwanese ports. Taipei condemned the exercises as highly provocative. China claims that Democratic Taiwan is part of its territory and has threatened to use force to annex it. Beijing's show of force came after the Trump administration approved an $11 billion arms package for Taiwan.